Okay, here's the my favorite diagonal folio. I think originally put in a book of Hetty Kyle. Yes. And I make them by designing them on my computer using some of my favorite papers. In this case, this paper is from Retro Resort Designs on Etsy. And this is the opening of it. I take my booklet out for now. And I have this lovely heron in there. And of course, I print my paper so that I have this strip and this piece at the end on the back of the sheet of the paper. But of course, you don't have to do that. So this is the booklet. And inside, of course, it's built to hold the zine. I first made this zine, and the rest of the video will focus on how I folded that. But these are just such pretty. I haven't finished gluing it, or putting anything other items in. But I just love these papers. And there you go. My Heron zine. Okay, I'm going to try to show how I make my zines. On my computer, I arranged each of these pages like you see here. These are all facing this way, and these are all facing that way. I have a little template that I use to try to get them in the proper places. The other thing I do is put a little background paper around the edges that exceeds the 8.5 by 11 by just a little bit, which enables my printer to print to the edge, which makes for a full booklet. So that's what this is going to be, a zine. And at the end of this, there'll be a short video showing where I got the papers. It's Retro Resort Designs on Etsy. And I think you'll see that it makes it into a very pretty booklet or zine. Usually I just put these 2 pages in. This is the front page and the back page. And I leave the rest of the pages either blank, or I have a little lined template that puts little lines on it so that it could be used for journaling. But these images were just so pretty. I thought it would be just fun to have a booklet, a zine with just these beautiful images. And of course, when I'm done, the zine has pockets. So I could put paper, journaling paper, inside the pockets. It's alternating. This pocket will be a side loading. This pocket will be a top loading from here. But nevertheless, they all have pockets, so I can put empty paper or another journal, a smaller journal, just to write on. Anyway, let's go about making the zine, which is really quite simple. I turn it over. I match the corners. Now I hope I'm in the frame here. I try to do as good a job as I possibly can. But you'll see at the end I sometimes make the pages go the way I want. Now, will they be perfect on like a book that you buy? No, they won't. And I don't want to start cutting them because I would cut off important folds. So this is now down the middle. Okay, and then I will take this and make a fold as good as I can and try to match the corners as good as you can. You can still fiddle with it a little bit later, but if you get this right in the beginning, it's nice. So there we go. And then you bring each side up. It's not very hard. Each side goes up. And each side, this side goes up to the middle. I'm trying to see beyond my camera so I don't, so I can make it as good as possible. Okay, that should work. And now you turn it any way which you want. It can be folded the other way, but sometimes I can see the the fold upon which I need to cut easier from the back. Well, this is the part I'm going to cut. This is the fold. I'm going to cut down to this mark here. And what I'm going to do is mark this so you can see it. So hold on just a second. Okay, so I'm going to mark this is my cut line. And I should have done it on the other side. And this is my stop line. So let's reinforce that side again. Cut, stop. And here's a pair of scissors. There you go. So now I'm going to refold it the other way. I just did that because it's easier. I'm going to fold the pages the other way, which it also helps you a lot when you're trying to fiddle with it at the end to make it as neat as possible. It won't be perfect though, so you have to get that out of your head. There's no way you make it perfect. So now I've got my airplane. Okay, that's what I call it. Like so. And I have the cut in the middle. And I bring the cut together. Like so. Now I know this is going to be my cover. So I want to pay particular attention to making it fold perfectly as I can. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. Now I'll sit on this with my hand and kind of reinforce the folds. There we go. That's the front cover. That is the back cover, and it's still the... Sometimes I will fiddle with it, really. Just hold my finger there and push it out. Now, one of the things I do, as you'll see... Alright, I'm refolding it, so now it's about as good as it's going to get. But in order for it to look okay, I'll do two things. Let's see, I have my brown marker handy, and it is dark around the edges, so that is a good thing. Now this one glued at the bottom will be a top pocket. So there we go. And there we go. So sometimes I'm going to go like so. And so. This is in lieu of using ink. Makes a nice little finish. And there it is. As I said, I will be gluing from here to here. And this is the side pocket to tuck things. And there it is. And put my little cap back on. By the way, these are Faber-Castell artist pen markers, and I buy them in as many colors as I think I need. Always buy an extra black one, and maybe brown. But there's my little zine, my Heron zine.